So my name is Tiana, and I will be recording you for my senior presentation. I just have a few questions for you, and as you saw them before, we're just going to go over them really quick.
Sure.
Um, can you explain to me what happened the day you took your wife to the hospital? Was she acting different or complaining of anything out of the ordinary?
Basically, as soon as she woke up, she went to the washroom and said that she had thrown up and that she had a massive migraine. And she said that it was like the worst headache she'd ever had in her life. And so, like, that was like literally in a span of minutes. And then she asked me to go to the grocery store to pick up some Tylenol for her. And so yeah, the store was only a couple blocks away. And by the time I got back from the store, she was in the bathroom leaning against the wall, and she was unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried to, I tried to get her to respond, but nothing was working. And so I immediately called 911,
Mm-hmm.
and they were. I was on the phone with them for about 5 minutes or so before the two ambulances showed up, and they brought her out into our hallway, and they tried to get her to respond, but nothing would work, and so they immediately put her into an ambulance, and we started going to the hospital.
Okay. And y'all were aware that she was pregnant, correct?
Yes, yeah, that's right. So she was 22 weeks and 1 day pregnant at the time.
Oh. Have you and your wife, did y'all discuss whether she was an organ donor or anything like that? If, say, there was a situation and.
Well, so we hadn't discussed that, and then during the course of my wife being in the hospital and Ivor getting closer to being born, um, we found that back in the year 2000 that she had that she had actually signed up to be an organ donor.
Mm-hmm.
But after speaking with her parents, and ultimately at the end of the day, it became my decision whether we wanted to go ahead with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of we went under the assumption that uh, like if it meant any risk to the baby, that or anything like that, that she wouldn't have wanted to do that, and so we opted to not go through with that.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that the hospital treated your wife as if she was still a patient and not just keeping your son alive?
Yes, actually, like, because I mean, it was for 6 weeks that we saw different nurses all the time, and yeah, I mean, like they braided her hair, and and they spoke to her all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they would just sit with her, and most of their because they were in the all right, sorry, I just got to pick them up here for a second. Um, yeah, most of their experience was with like the intensive care unit, and they had no experience with children really,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was actually a unique experience for them having people come up and do ultrasounds and things like that in the ICU.
Yeah.
So to them, Robin was the patient, not Ivor really.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Ivor.
He's saying
Okay. Um, do you think had they not treated her with the proper respect and care that you would have stopped with it?
that. Yeah, I mean, I think that it was like we had meetings every like sometimes we were meeting every week with like 15 doctors and five. We were meeting with like 15 doctors and five social workers every week and adjusting a plan. And I mean, like like they had no experience with it, so they were just going off of like new plans that they would create as of hoping that it would work.
Oh, you're so.
And so, yeah, I mean, they treated her with a lot of respect, and I don't think we couldn't have really gone through with it because like it's not like there was another hospital we could have gone to or anything like that. It was like this was our one